I think you put it in the group text.
I think I did too, bro. I got so many pictures on this phone. They gotta go.
What you got pictures of?
Screenshots.
150s.
Simone, let's party, huh?
Dose.
You know me so well. All right, so BC_Smith4 hit us. That's my boy Byron.
Shout out to Byron.
Shout out to Byron. Hit us up. How do you guys feel about the Titans moving off Derrick Henry and trading for Jonathan Taylor, a player who's 4 to 5 years younger? They play him twice a year, so they already know how he play. How you feel about that?
And this obviously is a hypothetical question.
Hypothetical during
right?
because of the current state of affairs, right?
Right. Okay. Because Jonathan Taylor, which I was going to mention, but we hear already, because Jonathan Taylor just
we started.
granted.
We recording.
Yeah, we already there.
right.
Just because Jonathan Taylor already he left the team, and they approved it. And now they said, okay, we're going to grant you your trade request. So, in this hypothetical case of Derrick Henry for Jonathan Taylor, you already know how I felt about it last year. I felt like the Titans are on their last leg with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry because of their contracts, how they situated them, and Derrick Henry being older, like you said, like B said. Honestly, I do it. Like, if it's me, right, it's not going to benefit Derrick Henry because he going to go there and not want to stay. Obviously, they're not going to really want to pay him what he want to be paid either.
This is the last leg of his contract.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, if I'm the Titans, I'm pulling that trigger.
You getting rid of him though?
Can you imagine Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson in the backfield right now in the Colts, right? Now, he's going to go to the Titans. To be honest with you, I feel like the Titans might be drafting another quarterback this year. So, whoever they get with a young Jonathan Taylor back there, healthy, will be crazy. What you think?
I don't think it's a good idea.
No?
But I understand it.
I understand it.
I just couldn't pull that trigger, man.
I mean, you already don't want the homie, so why not?
I couldn't pull that trigger.
You wouldn't pull it?
Nah, because, I mean, you still have to pay him his salary.
Yes.
You have to give away something. You're already in the rebuilding stage. I get that.
Okay.
But you got to give away and pay his salary. And you have to re-sign him if you plan on keeping him.
Maybe a portion of his salary.
Maybe a portion. He is fighting to get paid right now.
Yeah. So you as the Titans wouldn't do it?
No, me as the Titans, I wouldn't do it.
Oh, I don't know about that, but yeah. Hey, let's.
But I wouldn't knock anybody that does.
I mean, me neither.
Yeah. You'll be sorry anyway.
What's that you listening to? Hey, that's Dog Money by the podcast on the iPhone or the iPad. Swear it got me in my zone. Please leave me alone so I can catch up on my flight back. Just 18, no plan B. Get it tuned in, understand me. Talking parlays, hitting sweeter than a parfait. Getting bread like pear tree. Say can't be, but they did it. I know some haters that still won't admit it. Boys, they so crazy they might get committed. They talk a little different, not trying to be distant, but ain't no way you come close. You say less, you be doing the most. You can sink or swim or hop in the boat, but you better not touch that remote. Cause that's all money. Get short, get tall money. Big plaques, that's wild money. Big facts, you should call that back. Cause what y'all call money is not at all money. Dog money. 2 men, 2 mic, 2 laptops. Too much you say, 2 lash out. Big boy then bought that cash out like cash cow. Dog money. Gotta keep it a buck. Ain't nowhere else we can go here but up. A win is a win and we do it again and again until we remember.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the Dog Money Podcast. I go by Money Marv. I'm sitting here with my boy Big Chubbs. Got my boy Mandrew on the 1 and 2s.
Yes, sir.
And we are coming back with episode 5B.
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 5B. 5A? Man, I don't know what
I don't know what was going on.
We have to pull the plug on that one.
We have to pull that up out of there.
We apologize for the mishaps on that episode.
But we appreciate you for coming back.
And thank you for the feedback for telling us that it was terrible to listen to, because that helped us say, hey, you know what? Let's discard that one.
Hey, after so many times, I was like, yeah, we might have to just go ahead and...
Bro, I couldn't even listen to it, so I'm going to be real with you. I
finished it.
I didn't finish it. I was like, I was just like everybody else.
It was good content, but we sound like we had the thing on our neck talking like this. We gotta pull this off.
No, that one had
that down right now.
Take two. Take two. We should have had that. Take two. Had camera. Take two.
Right.
Yeah, man. But we back at it today. 5B. 5B.
So before we get started, we want to make sure you guys like, subscribe. Keep it coming with the comments. We need all the feedback. Make sure you tell a friend.
Tell 10.
Tell 10. To tell 20.
Tell 20.
We getting this dog
We
money.
getting this dog money because today I smell that grass.
What week is it, dog?
It is week 0 of college football.
I'll drink to
I know
that.
I wasn't really there in the notes, but hey, I just got excited and I'll drink to that too. Cheers, my boy. We finally got some real football. Preseason has been great, honestly.
It's been all right.
However, I don't know. I've been enjoying watching DTR, man.
It's been all right, like I say, but I'm not. Preseason is just a tease.
Hey, preseason has been what it needed to be for me. Mm-hmm. But I'm super
made some money
excited.
out of it, though,
I have made some money to build the bankroll,
to that,
so
too.
we good for that. Now, before we go too deep into the news, first of all, I want to bring up that if you haven't or if you don't have William Hill, if you had William Hill prior to, it's going to look completely different. I'm excited about the new updates. I've been able to play around with a lot of different picks.
Yeah, we've been very, very critical about how we feel about William Hill, especially last season.
Yes.
So since I've had time to look at this update, get familiar with it, I'm pleased.
I am pleased.
However, we need to see how it is when the games are going, and I need to give me some last minute action.
Now, what I will say is I did notice that they pulled the plug on taking the 0.5 down,
you
taking
can't buy the points down?
I didn't see that option. So that's going to suck. Maybe you need to tweet them and say, hey, y'all going to put this back up.
Oh, I'm already.
So
I'm 2 steps ahead, my boy.
They've been writing people back, so that's a good thing to do.
Okay. I'm buying down a lot of hooks this year just to experiment and see how they work out.
Absolutely. If you can do it, do it. I want to definitely give a hand clap, so clap it up to the USA track and field, men's and women's track and field team. Super pleased to see Sha'Carri Richardson.
It's always good to see her win, bro.
Man, just to see her come back, and I don't want to butcher her name because I'm bad with names. I will say her last name, Collins. She threw the discus. Man,
how far she throw that thing?
I didn't catch it, but we'll put it up.
Okay.
However, she's the first USA women's disc thrower to win gold.
Oh, that's what's up.
So she went crazy. And I love disc, I love shot put simply because we did it.
Bro,
you know what I mean? I think that's literally where we started becoming cool when we was on the track team for that. So hey, that was great times for me, but clap it up for them. I think this is the first time that in maybe a couple of years, Jamaica has had a chokehold.
Right. Right.
A chokehold. I want to say since maybe 2007. There has been no gold won by a women's track and field.
Which is wild.
USA.
We root for Jamaica just as much as we root for
exactly. They got some dogs over there, though. They got some dogs over there.
Yams over there.
Yeah. Can I get to the yam? It ain't Thanksgiving.
The bunions.
Hey, but before we go into any more news as far as NCAA transition to that, I do want to say we've been talking about it for a while, and we discussed it last year. This year we've had a little time to really make that thing come to life. So our Discord and Patreon channel is almost available. We're going to be making that available on September 1st. So just be ready for that. Got a lot of things coming on that end. We're really trying to build this community of dog money through Discord, through Patreon, making sure that we all communicate throughout the weekend when games are going on. And also we want to help y'all win some money.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we have a few tiers. We have a supporter tier, which is going to be $5. So if you're like a beginner, you don't really bet, but you love to support us, we'll definitely accept that. We're grateful for it. So that beginning tier will be $5, just as a heads up. That will gain you access to our Discord channel to speak with us on there. And then you're just a supporter, and we greatly appreciate that and thank you for that. The next tier will be the Dog Pound starter tier. So on that particular tier, you're looking at, I want to say it was $7 for that particular tier. So in this particular tier, you are going to get access to our teaser challenge plays for NCAA, NFL combined. And you will also have one of our favorite picks for the weekend with a full write-up weekly. Okay, so that's a great value off top. If you
win, it's money well spent.
You win, it's money well spent. You know what I mean? As far as the next tier, which will be our preferred tier, and then this particular tier, you will actually have a 7-day free trial that you can actually sign up just to kind of see how we do things and figure it out from there. This particular tier is the Dog Pound All Pro tier. This tier will be available, and that is for $10 for that particular tier. Now, with that tier, you will have access to the teaser challenge plays. You'll also have access to 2 of our favorite picks for the weekend with the full write-up. You'll automatically be entered into any of the drawings that we decide to have, sports memorabilia, jerseys, hats, trading cards, things like that actually, even if we do something wild, you know what I'm saying? Like if we put in a ticket and say, hey, we're going to get this winner away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be automatically entered in for that. And then you'll also have access to our Discord channel. So this particular tier, again, you get 7 days free trial to try it out first, just to see what we're talking about. Again, this will be available week 1 of college football. So check it out. If you like it, keep it going. It's $10 a month. Great value, to be honest with you.
Especially if you win.
And we always advise straight plays. Parlays is,
Parlay at your own risk.
Parlay at your own risk, but we always advise straight plays. And then we also will be sending out, I'll be creating videos this week so that way we can kind of educate you on the best way to bet too for our new listeners, people that don't understand.
Right.
And then our top tier, which will be tier Dog Pound Hall of Fame. In this particular tier, you'll get shouted out on the beginning of each show. You'll have the teaser challenge plays for NCAA and NFL weekly. You will actually get a chance to have 3 of our favorite plays with the full write-up. And then you also have the opportunity to send us a message and ask us for one game in particular that you are eyeing and you would like a write-up and our prediction for, okay? You'll also have access to Discord, and then you'll also be automatically entered into giveaways as well. Okay, so this particular tier, that'll be $25. That is our Hall of Fame tier. So great value again. If you really know 3 write-ups, if you go 3 for 3 and 0, 2 for 1, shoot, sometimes 1 for 2, depending on how you play it.
Right.
With the teasers, gonna have great value, and you're getting all of this information weekly. So we're looking forward to putting this information out here, just so that way we can get everything going. I'm excited about this.
I'm excited for September 1st, man.
I'm excited for September 1st. I'm really excited for September 2nd for sure, because the games start. But I'm excited for September 1st. We'll be able to start getting out all this information. And if you've known me and you followed me, I've been doing write-ups on games since I was 18 and couldn't bet. So I would give my write-ups and I give them to people and they'll go bet and they'll win money.
Right.
So I actually I do my due diligence, film study, reviewing any kind of research that I can, analytical wise, see what the edge is. I've actually been doing a little bit of studying on week 0. I do have a few plays that I like for this weekend. I might pull up one today You think I should give it out?
Might as well.
Might as well start with week 0.
Just one though.
But I am going to give out that 3-team. It's a 10-leg parlay. Feel free to take it down to 7 if you will. But if you're on FanDuel, take it up to 10. We're just looking at that plus 100, which is still technically dog money.
Exactly.
Okay. So check out our Patreon, our Discord. This will be out September 1st. All this information will be on our Instagram, will be on our TikTok maybe, and
Instagram.
also on our Twitter. Okay. So thank you for listening to us. Excited for that. Rolling over into the NCAA football news. Last episode we discussed, or the last couple of episodes, we discussed the top 25, talking about that. There was only 5 different teams that was in that top 25 that we didn't discuss because they actually put out that official list. I just want to roll over through that really quick. Can you roll through that for me?
Yeah, so we have at the top, going from 1 to 25, we have Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, LSU, USC, Penn State, Florida State, Clemson, Washington, Texas, Tennessee, Notre Dame, Utah, Oregon, Kansas State, TCU, Wisconsin, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Tulane, and Iowa.
And of that top 25 list, the only 5 that we didn't cover was Wisconsin, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Ole Miss, and Iowa. So I'm thinking about this is week 0. We could technically cover them next week if we really wanted to.
None of these 5 playing this weekend, though.
Yeah, none of these 5 are playing this weekend, so we could very well cover that next weekend. Yeah, it's up to you, bro.
Let's do that next weekend.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Let's give it to them.
That way it's fresh if anybody want to take one of those 5 next week.
Exactly. Fresh off the heels. Now, of that top 25, there are 2 games that will be played by top 25 teams. You have Notre Dame, the number 13 team in the nation. They open in Ireland, so they trying to get that luck of the Irish.
Right.
Get the luck of the Irish. They trying to. You remember that movie, Luck of the Irish?
Yes.
Was it Luck of the Irish? Is that the movie on Disney? Was it Luck of the Irish?
I think that's what it was called.
I think it was called Luck of the Irish. But they are playing Navy in Ireland at 11:30 a.m. our time, and that's Pacific Standard Time because I am going based off of Scores app. So that'll be 11:30 Pacific Standard Time, and that is on what channel, bro?
That one's going to be on NBC.
NBC. Okay. So that's your first taste of college football week 0. I want to say I'll be back from Cameron's baseball practice because I'm a coach with him this year.
Mm-hmm. You still going to have it playing in your AirPods.
Yeah. You know I'm
I know you.
You know I'm at one AirPod in. Okay, what we got going on? I'm going to be on that one website.
I already know, bro.
And then you have USC. They open up at home versus San Jose State. So that's
it's a team that I chose to follow all year.
That's a team that you chose to follow. Yep. And it's at USC.
Yep.
It's a pretty big opener. San Jose State hasn't been trash over the last couple of years. So, however,
that's why that 30.5 looks so tricky. I'm like,
it is.
I don't want to pull that trigger.
It is that, but USC got that firepower.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? However, we still got to see what their defense do.
Against anybody, the floodgates can just open up at any given moment, bro.
It can open up at any given moment. It's like,
that's crazy.
That's
that offense last year was scary, bro. And if they still got the same mojo.
Now the difference is going to be the defense.
Yeah.
So I know they added a couple of, like we talked about in the prior episodes, they did add a couple of key guys on their defense. Actually, a guy from Georgia for that defensive line.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the determining factor. Now, personally, that 31, it could definitely happen. However, it's week 1, or actually week 0. So.
And who don't want to go crazy like the first week of the season, though?
You absolutely want to go crazy, but San Jose State got a whole lot of guys coming back, so it's a lot of experience coming back. So I don't think they're going to be like just fluff to give it over, but we'll see how that game turns out.
I'm more so looking at the over, but we'll talk about that later.
I personally didn't want to touch that game just because that 31 is scary. It can happen and it can't happen at the same time.
I'm tuned in, so I got no choice.
Yeah, you tuned in, so you gonna let us know what you pick on the next episode of Dog Money.
It better be 6A.
Yes. It better be 6, man. What you talking?
That
6.
sound
Just
better be
6.
right.
It don't need to be A or B. It just need to be 6. Episode 6. Now, before we stroll over to the NFL news, we did have a question from the Dog Pound. Another question from the Dog Pound, and this I felt like it was important to put it in right now because of our transition from NCAA to NFL. So our question came from Major, who asked, "Who is your top 10 NCAA success to NFL bust?"
You sure he don't want 11?
Huh?
You sure he don't want 11?
I mean, I can give you 12.
Okay,
You want to go 12?
Yeah, let's go 12.
We went 5 each on this. However, we could definitely go 6
All right, bet.
each.
Bet.
Let's do it.
I got
okay,
6.
so give your 5 that you put out there.
All right. I'm going to start off with Trent Richardson coming out of Alabama.
I have so much hope for
Yeah,
him.
bro, I liked him.
Man, so much hope.
Josh Rosen coming out of USC.
We're not gonna go. Okay,
I told y'all before
Josh
draft
Rosen.
day he was sorry.
Him
Anyway.
and Sam Darnold. But yeah,
Right.
keep going.
We got Jamarcus Russell coming out of LSU.
Do you feel like Jamarcus Russell was more of a fit issue, or it was just his work ethic?
I think it was a lot. One, the work ethic, of course.
Yes.
2, I think the odds were stacked against him. Like,
Off top.
after listening to his side of the story,
I haven't watched.
yeah, you got to watch that interview. But
Okay.
after listening to his side of the story, he still got to hold himself accountable for what he did.
Yes.
But like, there ain't nobody have his back out there in Oakland, man.
Okay.
But still a bust.
Still a bust.
Still
You
a
number
bust.
1 draft pick.
Yep.
He still got paid though.
He still got paid.
Still got paid.
So at 4, I had Johnny Manziel.
Okay. Speaking of Johnny Manziel, the documentary,
Did you watch it?
I watched it. Low key, the documentary had me hyped, and I was just like at the same time because watching that documentary, I had to relive like, dang, that boy was really like, he was college football.
Bro.
He had that same kind of Tim Tebow like effect, except different. Tim Tebow was like God fearing, we gonna rah and get this win, and Johnny was just like,
Tim
give me this
Tebow had
money.
them angels.
Johnny
Johnny Manziel had them demons.
He had the demons on there. Hey,
But like the interview, I mean the documentary just basically pointed out everything that we really just saw on social media every single day. This boy was lit Monday through Friday,
Monday through
balling on
Friday.
Saturday, and then took it to his NFL career. What didn't he almost miss a game or something? Or he did miss a game because
Yes.
he was in Vegas gambling.
yes,
and couldn't find a
and
plane
that's
ticket
exactly
home.
when they cut him. Remember?
Yeah, and
So-
according to the documentary, he was trying to find his way out. That's
Yep.
why he did that. But like, that was your lifestyle in college too.
Now, what I will say is, sitting back and watching that, not to cut all up into our picks, but sitting there watching that,
'Cause I still got two more.
I had to really think about it, like from a different standpoint, right? First of all, before I even put them standpoints out there, Reggie Bush needs his Heisman back.
Yes, he needs it back.
Especially after this documentary.
Johnny Manziel should have this taken away.
And he did go ahead and sue the NCAA. He's in process of suing them for defamation.
He better
But
win.
we going back to Johnny Manziel. Watching that particular episode, I've seen how many Heisman winners that have come out and say the Heisman is either a blessing or a curse for them. Now, watching that,
Ricky Williams said.
that kid was 19, like fresh, just turned 19. So can you imagine, man, stepping in to he already had his attitude, like he was really good. From what we saw in the documentary, he was at a pretty structured school in high school. But then you go to college and you're the guy. And now
Meanwhile, this is all in the
everybody's
state of Texas.
in Texas.
In
You're the
Texas.
guy. And now you're the guy nationally. And everybody wants a piece of you. Pause. So you
Let that one slide.
you literally cannot walk like to the mall and go buy a hat.
Without
You
getting
can't-
surrounded.
You can't go to McDonald's and order a 6-piece chicken nugget or a 10-piece chicken nugget with a large fry. That was real specific.
He was a He was a bigger celebrity than some NFL players, bro.
Man, and the wildest thing about that to me, and in this same case with Reggie Bush, is that the NCAA and Texas A&M, just like in the documentary showed, they benefited off of this big time. Mm-hmm. We talking about millions to billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Even though, and going back to Reggie Bush, even though they took his Heisman away, you still see Reggie Bush highlights every start of football season.
But if you search the records, Reggie Bush was never a student at that campus.
Exactly. Ain't that wild?
That's crazy, bro.
How hypocritical is that?
That's crazy.
So you able to make billions of dollars off of these kids, and then you thrust this kid, 19 years old, into the limelight, and you don't have the means around him. I think that's one of the biggest things for me is that if you're going to do this, and they need to have in classes, they literally need to have classes to handle life.
Right.
Because once you get to the NFL, especially, or even in college now, you got the likeness that you can, sell your likeness. You really need to have money management and life management skills now.
So it's funny that you say that because speaking of San Jose just a few minutes ago, my godbrother, everybody's getting all these NIL deals, and he's one of those athletes that have one as well. So I was asking him and his mom, is there like any courses that you guys are forced to take just to get you prepared for, what your lifestyle is going to be like, and they have that now.
Right. Okay.
So I'm glad that, people have been saying that for years. I'm glad that somebody really paying attention now and applying that advice.
Because it's necessary.
It is.
It been necessary.
It is.
But it's definitely necessary now. Because it's open. I don't think if it was that they had the likeness, you already knew that they were still making money under the table.
Oh, that's never going to stop.
Plenty of people.
It's never going to stop.
However, now because it's public, they have to make sure that they cover themselves on the back end is what I feel. Right. But going back to your list, we hit on Johnny Manziel. Yeah. What's your last two, bro?
All right, so we had Johnny Manziel. I chose Justin Blackman. I had a lot of hopes for him coming out of
the boy
Oklahoma
was
State.
Bad in Oklahoma
Even though he
State.
had a 40-year-old quarterback in college. He
Brandon
was nice.
Weeden?
Yeah. You know who also drafted that quarterback?
Us.
The Browns.
And wait, we just took him on.
Yeah, we took him on, but the Browns drafted him. I think pick 22.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken.
That's 3 Browns.
Yeah. They had picked
Trent Richardson. No, but these are different years, bro.
Oh, okay.
Trent Richardson in 12, Johnny Manziel in 14,
so
Justin Blackman in 12.
They can't get away from them busts to say their life.
Man. And then who else?
My very last one, I chose Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Even though you think it's too early,
I still think it's too early.
Well, let me tell you why I think that.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like as far as like for 49er fans and 49er management, that's a bust.
Management-wise and fans-wise, that's absolutely a bust.
Like you lost, bro. Like,
we knew that you lost.
Unless he can have a Brock Purdy year this year,
which he ain't.
He can't.
Third string.
I'm actually knocking on wood because I don't want to see nobody injured.
Yes.
But it took a lot just to get Brock Purdy onto the field, and him going down was part of that.
Third string.
They gave away 3 picks to draft you 3rd overall for you to be the 3rd string quarterback in your 3rd year.
And them 3 picks was crazy. They turned them 3 picks into some dogs.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
49ers still fortunate. They got a really great squad.
But like they could have had a better squad if they just chose went another route.
Man.
So not to say I'm not saying anything about his talent.
Yes.
He just has some unfortunate events happen that has him being the 3rd string quarterback right now. They just announced today that Sam Darnold's going to be the backup to Brock Purdy.
And I personally feel like Trey Lance still can have a career, but he has to get out of San Francisco.
Yeah, and I hope he can.
He has to get out of there.
But right now,
they're going to need because this is the problem is he didn't play but 1 game before he was drafted because of COVID. Mm-hmm. He had I want to say there was a year, I think was a COVID year, and then it was another year that they only had 1 game. So he only played 1 meaningful game within like 2 years. So technically he hasn't played a meaningful game.
He doesn't have a lot of film.
He doesn't.
Bro, he got
first of all, that was an extra reach on
a vine. You got enough like highlights to make a vine, bro. I
That's
feel
15 seconds.
I feel bad for the kid, bro, because like, bro, he didn't really play a lot in college.
Man.
due to COVID and also him just how many games did he start?
I want to say a season, maybe a season.
And it wasn't even a whole year because
maybe
of COVID.
A full season. Man, that's crazy.
And then
that's
you know
crazy.
you get drafted 3rd overall.
That's crazy.
Expectations are this high.
That's crazy.
Ankles of this week. Was it his ankle?
It was his ankle.
You know, and unfortunately, you're now 3rd string trying to get your spot back.
Yeah. So, you know what? And on that note, I'm still not going to say he a bust just yet.
I think it's a bust, bro.
But my 5.
My prayers are going out to him, though.
My 5, I'm going to go with number 1, Kevin White from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Kevin White from West Virginia. Unfortunately, he went round 1, pick 7. But unfortunately, he's had a career of injuries. Mm-hmm. Literally, as soon as he got into the league, just started getting injured.
Was super healthy in college.
Super healthy. And had a great senior year or junior year, whatever year he went out. But was super healthy. And they were expecting him to be like I remember when they were talking about him, they were expecting him to be more like a Larry Fitzgerald type. Mm-hmm. So maybe it was the dreads in the hands.
He wasn't dropping nothing.
He wasn't dropping nothing. Number
he ran great routes. I can go all day, bro. He was good.
Kevin White was good. Number 2, I would say Vernon Goldstein, Ohio State. He was a defensive end. That boy was yoked at Ohio State.
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
That's all you can remember.
That's all you can remember. That's all you can remember. That boy had a terrible career. So that was a bust. Go look up his stats if y'all really want to. Bust. Brady Quinn. Bust. Honestly, I didn't feel like Brady Quinn was that good when he was at Notre Dame.
I thought he was nice. I thought he was nice.
I didn't feel like he was that good at Notre Dame. But he went in round 1, pick 22. Bust. You know? Matt Leinart, USC. Bust.
Yeah, man.
That boy won the Heisman. Round 1, pick 10.
You're not the first Heisman to not have a good NFL career.
Yeah, of course. We got 2 on this list, right?
A handful.
We got 2 on this list. Yeah. Johnny Manziel, him. That's 2.
Troy Brown at Ohio State. He played backup in Baltimore his entire career.
I feel like Troy Brown, I don't know, man. He was really cold at Ohio State.
He was a dog.
And technically, he could have definitely been on this list, actually.
He could have.
I didn't even think about him.
He wasn't drafted early, though. He was drafted late. So
yeah, he was drafted like
when
round
I think
5
about a bust, I
something.
think about somebody that
round 1 or 2.
Yeah, no, I think 1.
1?
Actually, I'll go 1 or 2.
1 or 2. Now 2 is like kind of
people still fight to get to 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Outside of Matt Leinart, I'm going to say Roy Williams from Texas, the wide receiver. Mm-hmm. No, yes. Yes.
Because he moved around a little bit. Detroit,
although he had a pretty long career, for the expectations that he had as a pick 7, like they had him as the guy.
He was number 1 wide receiver 1 for a long time. It
yes,
have been.
And
it should not have been.
And he was a really decorated player at Texas. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Roy Williams. And then the last on my, number 6, I guess you'll say, so we gave him 2 extras. But number 6, I'm going to say Corey Davis, who just retired today. Today. And this is recorded on today, Wednesday, what's today?
23rd. It's my parents' anniversary today.
Oh, man, happy anniversary to your parents, brother.
37 years, man.
Good gracious.
That's crazy, right? 37.
How old are you?
36.
You old bastard. No? Hey,
I'm still swinging like I'm in my prime.
But you're not a bastard.
Baseball.
Because you're not a bastard. Because Corey Davis. Corey Davis.
I just caught on what you said. Bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm telling my dad.
You're not a bastard. I'll take that back. Corey I'm a bastard, though. So it's okay.
Bro, we're not going to have this conversation on this show.
I'm a bastard. Mandrew's a bastard. So it's 2 bastards in here. But Corey Davis.
Hey, Jon Snow was a bastard, too. He became a king.
Hey, I like that.
And then killed his queen, but go ahead.
I'm not killing my queen. I'm going to kind of take that and then, I ain't killing you, queen. So outside of that, that list, I mean, we could have gone on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, but list. When you gave me this, I immediately thought about those 5.
Yeah,
I was on the fence about Trey because your opinion is valued. I feel you.
Right.
But looking at it from a business aspect,
I absolutely get where you're coming from because as a business guy and as a fan, I would be like, bro, what the heck?
Yeah, so picking Brock Purdy was a great security pick.
Absolutely.
Probably the best security pick ever.
Absolutely.
Is he the best Mr. Irrelevant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The best ever.
Yes. The best ever. The best. He's going to be Brock Purdy, the best ever Mr. Irrelevant.
Legendary.
Just to finish out the NFL news here, news segment. So, again, earlier we did mention, but Jonathan Taylor was granted permission to seek a trade. Ezekiel Elliott signed a 1-year deal with the Patriots for $6 million. I do think he's going to get a little bit of burn there, especially in the end zone. And Dalvin Cook signed a 1-year deal with the Jets for $8.6 million. So this definitely benefits the Jets. It really doesn't benefit fantasy players. So if you play fantasy, when Breece Hall come back, when Breece Hall comes back, yeah, it's a shared backfield.
Yeah, so.
And whatever Dalvin is putting up,
he's sharing.
So for sure.
Not a bad middle round pick though.
At all.
Because they still getting touchdowns.
Still getting touchdowns.
But I don't want to go away from that too far.
You don't want to go away from that? I mean, we do have to discuss the Jets.
I do want to talk about this mess going on in Indianapolis.
Okay, really quick.
What's your opinion about him requesting a trade and how you think that's going to go for him?
I personally feel like either way, they don't want him. Jim Irsay is like a really he strikes me as a stubborn guy, a stubborn owner. Honestly, that's your best asset. Right? That's your best asset.
That's your best asset that you've had since Peyton Manning.
And you said something. You said something to me because we were discussing that same list earlier, the bust, and you asked me about Andrew Luck if he could be considered a bust. I wouldn't consider him a bust. However, now that I think about it, maybe Jim Irsay is getting back some of that he dished out with letting go Peyton Manning before he should have.
You're going to reap what you sowed. The Bible say that.
The Bible do say that.
The Bible says that.
And he is reaping what he sowed because they have been trash.
Yeah.
Since you've gone through Andrew Luck, since Andrew Luck, I want to say they had 7 starting quarterbacks.
And the only good one was Jacoby Brissett.
And he wasn't even that good. He was just a steady player.
He was good.
Bro.
He can win you ball games.
I mean, he won a few ball games.
He's not going to get you to the playoffs.
Exactly. So
he can win you some ball games.
He can win you. And I like Jacoby as a backup. I like
Jacoby. He's had a great career.
I like him as a backup.
Yeah, he's not the number one guy.
Yeah.
We know that.
But I personally feel like, I don't know, man. That's wild.
I was thinking about it the other day, and it's just like I think about what's the running back in L.A. for the Chargers? Austin Eckler. Same situation with him. Same situation with Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, go out there and see what you can get.
But Lamar got paid, of course. He was going to get paid.
Eventually, he was going to get paid because there was nothing else out for him. So whatever they threw at him, he settled. He still got paid, but he settled.
Yeah, he settled.
So,
however, his settle was a big settle.
But they'll send you out there to go figure out and see what the market looked like, and you're just going to come right back.
And his settle was a big settle.
It was a big settle.
So
I wouldn't know what he was really asking for, though.
Man, me too. And we'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Unless Adam Schefter find out.
You'll never know.
Schefter, figure it out.
Going over into our main topics here, we want to go ahead and kick into our NFL preseason review. We are literally 2 weeks.
2.
Is it 2 weeks away from NFL? So 2 weeks away from NFL. I'm super excited about that too. We are in the prime now. We are here. We are here. Have you ever seen Horton Hears a Who? We are here.
Stop it.
But no, we here, bro. We here. So we want to just go ahead and discuss the NFL preseason review because this is now 5A. Oh, no. This is 5B. This is 5B. We are now covering 4 divisions. So these, and just keep in mind when we start talking about strength of schedules in this review here, the strength of schedule is going to be based off of Sharp Football Analysis, ranking their easiest to hardest schedule from 1 to 32. Easiest to hardest. Okay. So first we want to kick it off with the NFL champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. So we'll clap it up for them. Hey, I like Pat Mahomes. Before we talk about that, what do you think about the Netflix quarterback show? Have you watched that?
I watched it. It was pretty good.
Okay.
I actually have to go back and finish like the last episode or two.
I'm not finished. I think I have to finish 3 episodes. However, that show. I mean, I liked Kirk Cousins before. Kirk Cousins is still that guy.
Hey,
but
isn't he such a lovable guy?
He's a lovable guy. However,
You like that?
However, I found a whole new respect for Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why, because I've always found him, like, to me, like he felt like the cornball, like the guy that never, like the good cornball, like the guy that just excelled and never did anything wrong, didn't talk back, didn't chap, didn't
The goody two shoes.
the goody two shoe. That's what he felt like. But then I'm watching this show, bro. I was like, oh man,
He was a menace.
I'm like, oh man. I'm like, this boy is a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, he
No.
out there.
I told you about the day when I first like started watching him play. I said, "Oh my God, this guy is good." After that game with him versus Baker Mayfield,
And we've been watching since.
I've been watching since college.
However,
so when I saw he got drafted to Kansas City, I said, "Oh yeah, him and Tyreek finna go crazy."
seeing his personality though,
And watch, yeah.
it took another tear up for me. Now I'm just like, all right, I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan for sure.
So
for
you
sure.
you got a newfound respect for him. I
Yes.
got a newfound respect for Kirk Cousins.
Yes. I actually like Mariota too, man. I feel like honestly coming into the league, I didn't feel like he had a true like skill set of those kind of guys.
I didn't think he had a shot at being elite, like
Yes.
at all.
Exactly. But I have a newfound respect for him as well. You know what I mean?
Because he ain't a bust.
He's not a bust.
not a bust.
He's been in the game for a while, and I do think that he'll be doing some really great things if they keep him in Philly, just in case Jalen Hurts ever get hurt.
You know, I just found out last week he was in Philly.
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping up. So, like, I'm watching the documentary. I'm thinking,
Yes.
okay, he's
He's
still in
Atlanta. Yeah.
No.
No. And that fits him well.
But I
because,
remember when I just forgot all about it.
And that system fits him well because he's the kind of player that Jalen Hurts, like his style of
he's
play.
mobile.
You know what I mean? Mobile quarterback. But going back to our NFL review, we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs. Just to review, we want to go through that. Last season, they were 14-3. Their strength of schedule this year, they're ranked number 28th. So they have the 28th hardest schedule. Key additions wise, I feel like the best addition that they have is Rashee Rice, the rookie wide receiver. And the reason why I would say that is because since Tyreek, they've been trying to find a pass catcher outside of Travis Kelce.
A crazy deep threat.
That can really affect the game. Now, Sky Moore this year, I do think that he'll be able to do his thing. If Kadarius Toney don't get his act together with staying healthy,
Right.
he might not have no burn, bro. Like, seriously. But
They're running through them wide receivers out there.
running through them, and Patrick Mahomes obviously can still put up 5 Gs without it.
Just fucking
Crazy. So
I didn't curse.
you didn't. So the keys to success for me, I'm gonna say not becoming complacent. Big play from the offense. Getting Chris Jones signed, the defensive tackle, which
Still ain't
today
did that. Or did they?
No, they haven't. And he's a big factor on that interior defensive line for them. They already struggle on defense, but he is a big factor. And he hinted on Twitter today that he may not come back until week 8, just so that he can play enough to accrue that season.
He got to pull that Emmitt Smith and prove a point.
He got to prove a point. And he's the guy. He is a guy. He is a guy.
And then once that point is proven, all that time that he missing out on, they
You're going to give me my money. Well, actually, in the new CBA, they can't waive that now.
No, they're not going to waive it, but he going to get it all back.
He going to get it back. He going to get it back.
Week 9.
He gonna get it back. Now, before we talk about the betting odds for this particular team, and we just kind of going through it fast because we have a lot to cover. However, during the season, we're gonna give you in depth. It's gonna be in depth. But before we get to the betting odds for this particular team, what do you think about this? What are the keys to success for them this year with that 28th ranked schedule?
I agree with you. They have to sign Chris Jones like immediately though. But since they're like,
I mean, he is under contract. However, he needs that pay up.
yeah, just go ahead and sign him.
Give me what I'm owed.
Because do you want to lose him?
No, I wouldn't.
You want to, bro? He healthy. in his prime, go ahead, pay him, get it over with.
Pay me.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Hit me.
So come to an agreement and get it done. Also, just that wide receiver core and Mahomes having that chemistry.
Yep. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be hard to stop them, bro.
It's gonna be hard to stop them. Now with that 28th ranked schedule, we'll discuss now. And before, and I'll ask this question once we get through with this division. Betting odds. Can you want to roll through that for me?
Yeah. So for them to win their division, the odds for that is going to be minus 180.
Okay.
Their total wins are projected at 11.5. If you want to take the over on that, that's going to be minus 134, and the under is going to be plus 110.
Now, do you see any value in that 11.5 or any value in them at minus 180 to win the division?
I do.
Do you see them winning the division?
I see them winning the division.
You do?
Yeah. So, like, put the money up for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see them winning the division?
I see them winning I see them winning the division easily too.
Easily?
Yeah. I mean, of course, you're gonna struggle because it's your division.
Right.
I don't see it being a problem for them doing so.
Okay.
I feel like it's gonna be a fight for 2 and 3.
Okay.
It's gonna be a fight for 2 and 3.
I respect that.
Because I feel like the Broncos are gonna surprise us. But we'll get to that.
Yes.
We'll get to that.
Yes.
I think they're gonna surprise us. However, it's a good chance that they don't. Because
last year, we was hoping that it was surprised.
And it's going to come out when we go over their wins, because I looked at the schedule.
Yes.
And I have 5 for shows.
For the Broncos.
Yes, I have 5 for shows.
Okay.
They have to win at least 5 games.
Yes.
Granted, I'm not going to get this right.
No,
100% of the time.
I mean, no, of course.
But I give them the benefit of the doubt, saying these are 5 for sure wins that they're going to have.
Okay.
Knowing that, they can possibly turn the table and maybe beat Kansas City once or twice.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, looking at Kansas City's schedule, I got them winning 12 games.
Okay. 12 games. So that'll put you right over at the minus 134, which technically isn't too bad. To win a division at minus 180, I mean, that's cool. However, personally, I'm not putting money on that.
No.
Just because it's not going to pay me enough.
No.
You know what I mean?
Unless you got it to blow.
Unless you got it to blow. Unless I got 100,000 and it make it look like it's something.
But wouldn't you blow it on the for shows though?
Yeah, but I don't think that's for sure.
Not this in particular. No.
Okay. No. Yeah. On the for sure. Now we'll roll over to LA Chargers, who in 2022 they finished 10-7. We actually got to see them come back and upset us on our ticket in Arizona. I'm actually looking forward to going back to Arizona for a game just because that was a fun trip.
I'm still trying to go to Dallas this season.
Yeah, me too. And I don't know if it's going to happen for me.
Oh, no.
Just money-wise. Unless we hit some crazy tickets.
We got a lot of stuff lined up.
It's a lot of stuff.
Family stuff.
It's a lot of family and personal stuff lined up. But going back to the Chargers, last year they were 10-7. The strength of schedule this year, they are ranked number 27. So to me, their key additions is Kellen Moore, getting the OC from Dallas Cowboys, who I feel like will be a key part to their success, taking Justin Herbert's game to the next level because he likes to throw the ball.
Everybody think he's so perfect.
Absolutely. And their keys to success for me will be overall team health because they can't never seem to stay healthy.
Not at the right time.
At the right time. Finishing games because we all saw what happened against the Jaguars in the playoffs. And then also Justin Herbert taking the next step in his evolution.
There you go.
Evolution. So before we discuss the betting odds, what is your take on that?
I really want to see how this Kellen Moore and Justin Herbert relationship is going to mesh.
Right. Okay.
Because again, like I stated on episode 5A,
okay,
I feel like Justin Herbert is a good quarterback. He gets more love than he deserves.
Okay.
He gets a lot of praise that I feel like is unnecessary because he's average.
Okay.
He plays average. He has some great games, then he has some terrible moments. Like letting the Jaguars come back was a prime example of that.
Absolutely.
So, y'all just need to stop calling this man elite.
Yes.
You have to stop doing that.
Absolutely.
But with that being
said,
until
he wins a playoff game and even further
he has
than
0
just the playoff
wins.
game. I mean, I don't
3 years.
I don't know if you
years,
can technically consider him elite until he probably gets to like the championship. right?
Lamar Jackson was elite early.
Yeah, but he also got to the championship. Like,
That he did.
you know what I mean?
That
So,
he did.
yes. So, betting odds wise, what we got there?
All right, so we have the Chargers. For them to win their division, the odds will be plus 300. Mm-hmm. Total wins will be plus 9.5. I'm sorry, 9.5 wins.
Okay.
The over for that will be minus 128. The under for that is plus 104.
Okay. So, plus 300. 9.5 wins. Personally, I like the 9.5.
I do. I actually looked at the schedule and think that they have 9 for sures.
Yeah, absolutely. So that tilt over is definitely, to me, I think that's going to happen. Yeah. Now, at that plus 300.
Did you look at the schedule before you looked at any of these? Or?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Same.
So I do feel like that 9.5 is absolutely doable. But I want to save my prediction for this particular division when we're done discussing the other two teams here. Denver Broncos. Last year they were 5-12, which was stupid. Yeah. This year, the strength of schedule is 23. I feel like their key addition is Sean Payton, who should bring a different type of something to the team. Something, because last year it wasn't it. And I won't dog Hackett at all like he did. No, However, last year was
job
just,
he wasn't prepared for. It.
Absolutely.
What you get for lying on that resume. Hey, when folks tell you lie on that resume, don't take that advice.
Can
Not
you do
if
this?
Thinking long term.
Yeah, absolutely. Get to the job.
Confused.
How do I do this?
How do I do this?
How do I do this? Keys to success for them.
Man.
Russell Wilson, health, and also Russell Wilson's play. On top of that, I do feel like defensively they have a pretty legit defense. And I really feel like more so their success will hinge off of the offensive chemistry. Oh, you know what I mean? So what do you feel like with the Denver Broncos this year? Since you already said you already see a 5 for sure.
I see 5 for sure, man.
Okay.
But I like Russell Wilson. I'm a Russell Wilson fan.
Absolutely. And I feel like he's going to have a bounce back here.
That defense doesn't suck if you look at the personnel, bro.
Not at all.
So I just think they need to get their chemistry together. Yeah. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just really suck. But like I'm looking at 5 for sure wins, bro, and like they won 5 games last season. So they just need to show me something. They haven't shown me anything like as far as offseason moves outside of getting Sean Payton as a coach.
Outside of getting Sean Payton as a coach? I
haven't really seen any other movement. I'm not necessarily saying that they need to like shuffle their roster or anything.
Right.
But they haven't shown me anything to think that okay, they're going to be better. I got hopes because it's Russell Wilson we talking about.
Now I feel like thinking about that team, right? Mm-hmm. Javonte Williams coming off of ACL. Mm-hmm. I feel like as a running back, ACLs take a little longer than just a year. Yeah. We saw that with Cam Akers.
They take a little bit from you when you come back.
Honestly, with the ACL, maybe you only saw one guy do it like he should have done it, and that was AP.
That was it.
As a running back. Now,
but he had a career where it feel like he never missed a step, though.
Never missed a step.
And that's the bar. That's the bar I'm setting.
That's the bar that is the bar that is set. Yeah. Now, with that also being said, you also have Cortland Sutton. Thank you, man. Thank you, Andrew. You also have Cortland Sutton. Maybe we'll sit this over here next time, but he ain't had nothing to drink if we sat it over there.
We didn't time that the right way.
Yeah, we didn't. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. But as far as the team itself, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton.
Dog.
Absolutely. So it really comes back down to the chemistry.
That's why it didn't make no sense for them to be sorry like this, bro. We really thought that this was going to be the best division of football.
Russell Wilson also he was injured last year. Now, not to give no excuses, but we got to really see now if a healthy Russell Wilson will make a difference on that team. With a coach that understands how to get the best out of his quarterback. He did have Drew Brees.
Yeah, so, with championship caliber.
2023 betting odds for them, what we have?
For them to win their division is plus 600.
Okay.
I would highly advise against that, even though that looked like some good money.
We said that last year with the Seahawks. Yeah,
Man,
but that do look like some good money.
Sometimes the sun even shines on a dog's ass. I wanted to wait till the season
You
started.
wanted to wait till that, but it was perfect.
Yeah. So the odds for them to win that division is plus 600.
Okay.
The total wins they're projected at is 8.5.
Okay.
If you want to take the over on that is minus 106.
Which ain't bad.
The under is minus 114.
Which ain't bad.
Which ain't bad.
So you kind of like even.
It's good value for both.
Great value either side.
Yeah, either side. So, go out there and have some fun.
But are you touching that?
I'm touching the under if I touch anything.
Okay. You touching the under. So you feel like they strike right at
I feel like they can have like an 8-8 season and like
8-8.
It'll be better than with that shit that they put out last year.
Right at 8, and you got a curse word, so that's into the jar when we get one.
Put it on the teaser.
I'm gonna put it on your tab. Las Vegas Raiders. Last year, 2022. What a disappointment. 6-11. Strength of schedule this year does not help at all.
Bro,
Number 30,
the
31.
results of this is so frustrating.
Oh my
dog.
God. Number 31. So their key additions, Jimmy G. The keys to success,
6-11 last
Jimmy
year,
G and his health. And then also the biggest key, honestly, I mean, you have weapons on the offensive side. Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. Jimmy G isn't terrible. He might not be your elite quarterback, but he can get the ball to guys. He just can't stay healthy. However, the biggest problem on that team is the defense. Am I wrong or am I?
No, you dead ass, bro.
Like the defense. So to me, defensive improvement is going to be the biggest key for their success there. So
Didn't they went pretty heavy in the defense during the draft this year?
they did. However,
they
we
got
talking about rookies.
I know, but still, like,
You know what I
it's
mean?
a work in progress.
Yes, absolutely. So
You really got to start from the bottom right now because that shit was atrocious last year.
now
That's
with starting at the bottom, I mean, you got a chance of already Josh Jacobs not want to be there. You may even have Devontae Adams.
What's
who
up
say,
with his
"Get me
holdout
up outta
situation?
here." I mean, he's still out right now, technically, until he signed that franchise tag. So
Sad business, man.
we'll see. We'll see how the season starts.
I'm only the leading rusher. Y'all can't just give me what I'm owed. But you know what?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. However, what's your take on that team?
I got high hopes for them. I always have high hopes for them only because they in my city now.
Okay, absolutely.
I'm not very confident in the hopes that I have for them,
Right.
especially after looking at the schedule. But we'll get into that in a second. First, let's go over these odds for them.
Okay.
To win their division, be plus 1,700.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
At all.
That's my first pick, to not do that. Anyway, the total wins on them is going to be 6.5. The over on that is plus 108.
Okay.
Under on that is minus 138. After looking at their schedule, I'm like, okay, maybe they'll win 6 games. Looking at the odds, I think Vegas is kind of thinking the same thing I'm thinking. So me personally, the benefit of the doubt say I would touch the over, but
At 6.5?
I'm not going to.
That 6.5 looked tough. And at 31, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna stay away from it.
Yeah, if
I
I
wouldn't
was going to touch it, I would touch the over.
Yeah. Don't touch that.
And that's
Win
giving
the
them the
division.
benefit. Nah, hell no. What? Come on now.
Man.
Come on now.
What if they surprise us like the Seahawks?
I don't see it. I can
see it
I can
either.
see the
I
Seahawks
don't
and
see it either.
understand that.
Understand it. Yeah. But it's so many factors into this right now.
I just feel like, again, you're going to reap what you sow, bro. I don't think they should have got rid of Derek Carr, man.
And that boy is slanging the rock out in New Orleans.
No G money.
But I mean, hey. So of that division, personally, you already said that you like Kansas City, right, to win the
I
division.
like Kansas City to win that division.
So Marv likes Kansas City to win the division at minus 180. I'm actually going to say I personally feel like Kansas City is going to have another great year. You almost can't deny them at this point. However, division-wise, I feel like the Chargers may have enough, especially depending on how Kellen Moore coaches. Because to me, their liability on their team was their head coach and his decision making in close games. So if you have Kellen Moore on offense and throwing up the rock, and you know their offense is going to be prolific. I feel like at that plus 300, I'm taking the Chargers. So mark me down for the Chargers for this particular division. Mark Marv down for the Kansas City Chiefs for this division.
I'll write it down.
You wrote it down?
Hey, quick question.
Yes.
Was it last season when the Chargers had a lot of wide receivers staying, getting injured?
Yes.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Williams. Mike Williams was injured. So, and then that's why they went ahead and picked up Quentin Johnson this year out of TCU.
Dog.
And he kind of fits their two modes.
They picked up Max Dugan, too.
Max Dugan, your guy. Yeah, your guy. But we'll roll over to the AFC East just to stay in the AFC East. We have 4 of this team, so we're going to roll first with the Miami Dolphins. Last year went 9-8. Strength of schedule this year is not favorable. However, the Dolphins are a pretty good team. They have the number 30th hardest schedule, so they basically they're ranked 30, so they have the third hardest schedule. 2, 31, 30. Third hardest schedule. So to me, it's hard to say. However, long-term wise, Jalen Ramsey was their best addition, even though he's hurt. Now, what the expectation is that he comes back for December, which would be playoffs, like right before playoffs. So if Miami can get to the playoffs, and if Jalen Ramsey can play like Jalen Ramsey, that would be a major key for them during that stretch there. Right. You know what I mean? So I'm still going to say Jalen Ramsey as a key addition. As far as the keys to success, I'm going to say Tua's health, number one, because Tua,
that's first and foremost, honestly.
First and foremost, Tua. Tua is the guy, man. Last season, I was going through my notes. I was going through research. Last year, do you know in 13 games that he played, he covered his player props 10 times.
Yeah.
And the 2 of those games that he didn't cover was because he got hurt in those games.
And had to leave in the second or third
and had
quarter.
to leave. So if we talking about player props and cashing tickets, he was your guy. Honestly, I put my money on him week 1 last year because they had his player prop passing yards at a disrespectful 250 yards.
It ain't going to be the same this year.
It ain't going to be the same. But they had him at a disrespectful 250 yards. Tyreek Hill going to give you that on the ground after the catch anyway.
Now, he played in, 8-9 games?
13.
Last
total.
season.
13.
13?
Total. Yeah.
The games that he finished, he won all those except for 1, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to say 1.
Yeah.
So the boy is efficient.
So my thing is about the Dolphins, if they can stay healthy,
yes,
sky's the limit.
Now,
sky is the limit.
I did want to bring this up. The Dolphins have been in contact with the Indianapolis Colts to get Jonathan Taylor.
I saw that today.
So, what a chess move that would be if they can get him.
Because they dropped the ball on Dalvin Cook.
I don't know if they dropped the ball as much as Dalvin Cook just wanted to play with Aaron Rodgers. He may have felt like it was a more for sure deal.
If they wanted him, they dropped the ball.
Yeah, if they wanted him.
Yeah.
However, if they can get Jonathan Taylor as a consolation prize, give me that. give me my powers back. That would be the most interesting division.
Hypothetically speaking, that would make for some great football in that division. Because who's going to talk about the Bills anymore?
Nobody. Where does that place the Bills at that point? 3?
I'm going to keep it real with you, dog.
And we ain't there yet. Let's finish the Miami Dolphins.
Let's get through
Let's finish the Miami Dolphins.
No, let's do the division first before I say what I want to say.
Okay, let's do the division first.
This division is going to be interesting.
Betting odds, division Miami Dolphins. What we got?
All right. For them to win their division right now is plus 290. Last year we said that was a good choice. I think the same right now.
Okay.
But
290.
Total wins, they have them at 9.5.
Doable.
The over and the under on that is both at minus 110.
Okay, doable. So what they're saying is it's going to happen.
Pick one and have fun.
Pick one and have fun. That's a good one.
And it's funny because I went through the schedule and I pointed out 9 for shows.
Yeah. So they banking on that. Are we going to get that 10th?
I would bet on the 10th betting on their health.
Absolutely.
I'd do that.
Okay. So, keep in mind, plus 290. We're going to roll over to the Buffalo Bills. Last year, 2022, record 13-3. Their strength of schedule was 29 this year. So
Let's
it
also
seems
point
like
out that was my choice to win the Super Bowl last year before everything got started.
Yeah, it was. And I guess this division has the hardest ranked schedules this year is what they did this year, which I mean,
Yeah, because they want to get Aaron Rodgers to play some good defenses.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
TD purposes.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
So key additions, I don't really feel like they had. Well, you know what? They did get Dalton Kincaid in the draft, which will be pretty good for them as far as a pass catching tight end. So I will say key addition, Dalton Kincaid. Keys to success.
They lost 2 linebackers, bro.
I feel like the keys to success really just comes down to can Josh Allen get over the hump? You know what I'm saying?
Can he not be the white version of Dak Prescott is what you're saying.
Can he get over the hump?
That's what he is.
Like, literally, can he get over the hump? And I feel like if his play this year is going to determine if Stephon Diggs
Has that
stays
jacket
there.
really been on his back, though?
It is. It's starting to be on his back. If not, because they really still have him as an elite quarterback, which he plays very well and he's a great quarterback.
Do you think he's an elite quarterback, in your opinion?
I can't. For my particular criteria, elite is one that's gotten to that game. You know, at least the conference championship to get to the NFL. I think he got there. I don't know. I think the Chiefs beat him on that. So no, I don't think so.
No, he's never been to a AFC championship.
So I can't say that he's elite yet. I can't say that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get there. You know, the stats wise, absolutely. But
I think he's a good quarterback.
he's a good quarter. I will put him in the great tier.
Quarterback.
Remember,
honestly.
I took elite, great, good.
I think
I'm
he's
gonna
a
put
great
him in the
quarterback.
great quarterback cap. To get elite, he's got to take that next step and get the jacket off his back, get the monkey off his back. What they say. Now,
Defense got to step up too. Because
absolutely.
you just can't blame the fact that you playing a good offense as a scapegoat for that defense.
Oh, not at all. And their defense didn't look too good last year.
No.
To be honest with you.
And in the big games, you're going to give up points.
You're going to give up points.
Forcing Josh Allen to be better than what we thought he was.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Chiefs and Bills game proved that point.
That was still the instant classic.
Yes. Probably one of the greatest
One
games.
of the greatest games that I've seen, bro.
Because all I know is
I'm
that
not
boy
even gonna
need
hold
13 seconds.
I'm not even
To
going
make
to hold
something
you.
do what it do.
They needed to change the rules for that particular game. They just should have said, you know what, we're going to keep it going.
There were rule changes after that?
I want to say so. I have to
gotta
look
go back
into
and
that.
look.
But talking about their 2023 betting odds to win the division, we have them to win the division at plus 120, total wins at 10.5, over minus 144, under plus 118. What you got them sitting at?
After looking at the schedule, I have them at 10 wins.
10 wins on the dot. So you're taking it under at plus 118.
I'm not taking none of that.
You're not.
Touching none of
I'm not touching that at all. I'm not touching that.
But if I was forced to keep it 1,000, bro, that 10 was iffy.
The 10 was iffy.
The 10 was iffy, bro.
Especially at that 29 ranked schedule. The
Yeah,
10
so-
is iffy. You can leave it there. You can leave it there, bro. Because we still got to give out who we think going to win this division. So we're going to roll over to we're going to roll over to the Patriots. So last year, 2022, 8-9. Strength of schedule, number 32 this year. So they have the hardest ranked schedule this year. Key addition, Bill O'Brien. Last year, I don't know what Bill Belichick was doing. I don't know if he was like going through early dementia. I don't know what was going on for him.
Some Tom Brady.
For him to have, what was his name? What's the coach name, bro? Why am I drawing a blank right now? I should have had his name. That used to coach the Lions. The defensive coordinator.
I don't know his name, though.
But to have him be the offensive coordinator of that team last year,
That didn't make no sense.
what a waste of taking Mac Jones from one year to the next year. Now,
And
speaking
a waste
of
of opportunity for somebody else. Because what the hell is he
absolutely.
doing out there?
What
in
is
this
he
position?
doing? But keys to success.
They didn't want to hire a black guy. But go ahead.
Keys to success. Mac Jones and his growth. Period. I truly don't think. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't see the Patriots really contending for this division. This
No,
division,
not at all. They treat Mac
fighting
Jones
for
like the
four.
Raiders did Jamarcus Russell. They not doing nothing to help that boy.
They fighting for 4 right now. I'm fighting for my life.
Fighting for 4 is crazy.
I'm fighting for my life. They fighting for 4.
Fighting should be fourth should be a given for some of these teams.
They fighting for 4 right now. So they're 2023 odds to win the division plus 800. Total wins 7.5 is what they have them at. Over is plus 116. Under is minus 142. So that minus 142 is really telling you what they feel about that 7.5.
It's crazy how I'm so close to these bookies in Vegas because after looking at the schedule, I gave them 6 wins.
6 wins. I don't blame you. I had 6.
And
I had 5.
That's what I feel like games that they should win.
Yeah, so don't touch that plus 800.
Don't touch no Patriots games.
Unless you're going the opposite. I mean, they still gonna give you some covers.
They gonna fight.
Yeah, they still gonna give you some covers.
Mac Jones ain't no hoe.
Nah, not at all.
I like Mac Jones.
I just feel like they gotta treat him right this year, man.
Yeah.
New York Jets is the last in that division. We're talking about last year in 2022. They finished 7-10. Strength of schedule 26 this year. Key additions: Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cooks. Keys to success for me is simply living up to the expectations that everybody put him on. Like, literally, that's simple.
Mm-hmm.
You got Aaron Rodgers. You got Dalvin Cook. You got a great defense.
They spent that money.
You got Garrett Wilson. Give me a ring is what they want. Now, what I will say is the coach and the owner is pretty funny. Because
You've been watching Hard Knocks.
they pretty funny. And what they doing right now is throwing out that little mousetrap like, if we don't win this year, it's okay. We see next year. We got a 2-year plan here. But to me, you add Aaron Rodgers and Dalvin Cook on a 1-year deal, Dalvin Cook, you need to win this year.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah. But they just trying to soften it up just to lower expectations, but they're there.
That's like how Stephen A. just be like giving Cowboys credit.
Man.
I'm not falling for that.
Not following it. Not falling for it at all. 2023 odds. Hit them with us, bro.
All right. So for the odds for them to win this division, it's at 250, plus 250.
Mm-hmm.
Total wins, they have them at 9.5. The over for that is minus 122. The under is plus 100. After going over the schedule, I gave them 9 wins, which is crazy.
I feel like they can tap out at 11, bro. Now I'm not touching it.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not touching it either. But sky's the limit, bro.
Sky is the limit.
They're very confident on their feelings that they were just a quarterback away from it.
They are.
They got that quarterback now, even though he's 40.
Yes.
But he's still elite. He's been elite.
Great.
He's been
I put him in that great.
After last season, I can't say he's still elite.
Great.
He's great.
Great.
Legendary.
He's legendary all off top, but
he whooped our ass.
His play right now is great.
Last year wasn't great.
I would say it was great, for the circumstances. He'll still put him in a great category. You know what I mean?
We were still betting on them. It wasn't great.
So, from an aspect, so we can get into that next round, from an aspect of betting, who are you taking to win this division?
Man, I feel sick saying this, but the Dolphins.
Plus 290?
Yeah. Those are the odds I want to take.
I'm going to be real with you.
One, I know they can do it if they stay healthy. If they can't stay healthy, then the bet's off the table.
I'm going to be real with you. I'm rolling with the Dolphins.
That's crazy.
Plus 290. Hey, that's my
let's drink to that.
That's my choice then. That's my choice. Drink to that for sure. For sure. I don't play Buffalo no more, so if y'all watching, I don't play Buffalo.
Got some in my beard.
Are you good?
I'm on camera with it getting all in my beard.
I don't play Buffalo no more, so for our fellas that I don't do that no more, okay? So, yes. Marion, that's to you.
Yeah,
Steve,
man.
That's to you.
I really do want to see the Dolphins win this division, though, bro.
Yes, I do too. So
I want to see Jalen Ramsey come back healthy. I want to see what that defense is supposed to be.
I'm taking the plus 290 if I'm taking it. I'm taking the plus 290. So we're gonna roll over to the runner-up division as far as NFL. We're gonna go
in football.
to the best division in football last year for sure. NFC East. We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles first. In 2022, they went. First of all, I want to say they did have the number one easiest schedule last year, and they capitalized on it as they should.
As they should have.
14-3. Their schedule this year, their strength of schedule was at 13. So with that being said, their key additions, DeAndre Swift, which was crazy to pick him up.
And he really want to be there too.
And he wants to be there. He's from there.
Yeah.
So keys to success, a healthy Swift, staying balanced on offense, putting it all together on defense. Like literally, this team is really stacked from offense to defense. And to me, it's all about putting it together, like honestly.
You should have added to that Jalen Hurts. That's it.
I mean, I didn't even need to say Jalen Hurts. I mean, Jalen Hurts.
I know that the Eagles are the enemy.
I like Jalen Hurts.
I love Jalen
Man,
Hurts.
that's my guy. Like,
I love Jalen
if I
Hurts.
ever wear an Eagles jersey, it's only because of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
That's it. Mark my words. That's it. And Jalen Hurts was
I
my
won't
guy
even give
last
you
year.
no mess for it either.
Jalen Hurts was my guy last year, and been my guy since college.
How many games did he score a rushing touchdown?
9. 9. So think about that. 9 out of the 15 that he played, you were making money because it was always plus money.
He is a walking anytime touchdown bet.
Now, this season that might
Every week.
change just because of DeAndre Swift. However, you still got Jalen Hurts.
They had a good running back last year.
They did. But they didn't
But that was a part of their running game system, though.
Right, but
The
they
threat
didn't
of
give
him running is part of their offense.
They
so
didn't
he
give
gonna
Miles
get his.
Sanders all the touchdown touches. It was like, Miles Sanders, maybe give it to Jalen.
Because it's easier to go this route.
Absolutely.
Because regardless, they have to respect his running back. Because
You got to.
Miles Sanders was still a dog.
And he is now with the Carolina Panthers, who I don't know about with their offensive line. Hopefully, Miles do good. However, we're going back to the
running for his
Philadelphia
motherfucking
Eagles. 2023 betting odds. We got them at to win the division minus 115. Total wins minus 11.5 over plus 106 under minus 128. What you got, bro?
After looking at the schedule,
Yes. 13.
10.
10 wins?
10 wins.
Ooh. So you giving them like 2 under. So you taking that under at minus 1.
If I was going to bet on it,
128?
I bet that under.
Under. Okay. So what are you expecting from them this year past that 10 wins?
I feel like they don't have a cupcake schedule like they had last year.
Right.
So it's going to be tougher for them. Not saying that they can't win these ball games,
Yes.
but it's not going to be as easy as it was last year.
To piggyback on you, I also feel like people are now like saying like, okay, this team is legit, and we need to figure out different ways to stop them.
Right.
Which is hard because they really they killed the draft the last couple of years. Yeah. But
think about it though. They also had a lot of games. Granted, they won a lot of these games.
yes,
They had
did
a
have
lot of games
close
that could have went the other way.
Could have went either way.
Us twice.
Yes.
Detroit.
Yes.
I thought Detroit was gonna win that ball game too.
Hey, Detroit was my sleeper team
Bro,
last
that
year.
was my sleeper team.
But we're gonna roll up out of there so we can get this going. Dallas Cowboys,
Them boys.
2022, last year 12-5. Strength of schedule 18. Key additions: Stephon Gilmore, Brandon Cooks, which is key on both sides of the ball. Keys to success to me is finding an offensive balance with play calling. Dak Prescott playing free with his health. Last year he was a little bit still. I think he was still lingering around from that previous injury. Sometimes it take at least a year for you to really recover from that.
Right.
But they won't use that as an excuse.
They can't because he's on the field playing.
Absolutely. Offensive line protection is going to be key for him this year. And then also our defense additions make an impact. So I feel like the defense has been great. It was so many years where our defense was like, we would be like, yo, come on, man, where's the defense? Like, imagine having this defense with the era of offense that we had with Tony Romo, DeMarco Murray,
Man.
Dez Bryant. Mashing them two together would have been stupid.
With the Cole Beasley, that adding a little sauce to it.
Man,
Man, come on, man.
come on, Man.
Come on, man. I think this defense is
Come
going to be
on,
so
man.
crazy this year.
It's going to be crazy.
I think this defense is going to be so good.
I'm looking forward to it. I feel like Brandon Cooks, give me 1,000 yards, bro.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we betting on that one? I'm not taking that bet.
Okay.
That's against my team.
All right. Give me 1,000 yards. Easy.
Who'd you take that bet for last year? He didn't do
Brandon
it.
Cooks.
Yeah.
But
No, it wasn't Brandon
It
Cooks.
was Brandon Cooks.
And,
it was a bad circumstance for
with the
Brandon
Rams.
Cooks. It was Brandon Cooks.
It was?
It was Brandon Cooks, and it was
Anderson.
no, not Anderson.
I gotta go.
Robinson, Allen Robinson.
Yes, Allen Robinson. That's what I'm thinking.
Another bad situation. You know, some folks were saying, some of my friends, some of the homies were saying that they think that Matt Stafford was just racist.
But that's
I won't
not.
say no names.
That's not how we feel on this
That's not
platform.
how we feel at all.
We're not talking about Brett Favre.
Nah, but Matt Stafford just had
delete
his
that.
guy, and that was Cooper Kupp, bro. And Cooper Kupp only.
And he was a dog.
Dog.
There's no-
Until he got hurt.
Yeah.
And then it was like, who do I go to now? You know what I'm saying? But,
He was trying to
yeah,
get up out of there.
back to the Cowboys. Betting odds, what we got, bro?
All right, for them to win the division, plus 175. It's a good bet in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Total wins, they have them at 9.5. If you want to take the over on that, it's going to be minus 162.
Okay.
The under is going to be minus
So
128.
they're absolutely thinking the over. Okay.
I looked at that schedule. I saw 12
11 or
wins.
12 wins.
I saw 12 wins, bro.
You saw 12?
And that's not me being delusional.
I hear you. I like it. We not being delusional fans. I like it. I'm gonna respect that. And I don't want to stay on that because we got to give our opinion. New York Jets, 2022, 9-7-1. Giants. My bad. New York. I'm looking at the little Statue of Liberty sign.
I know. I got the same notes right here.
New York Giants, 2022, 9-7-1. Strength of schedule 19. Key addition Darren Waller, who I think is going to go nuts this year. You seen him in preseason?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Keys to success: Darren Waller's health, Daniel Jones taking the next step in Dayball's offense, who I'm still really on the fence about. I feel like Jones is a good quarterback, but I don't know what to expect this year.
What tier you got him at?
Good. Now,
making sure.
the other one I would say will be finding weapons outside of Saquon Barkley and Saquon Barkley's health. So we already know Saquon is going to be the focal point, and then Darren Waller, and then you're going to have guys outside of that like Jalen Hyatt, who I think he can be a good addition with that deep ball from Daniel Jones.
Right.
So they really just got to find guys outside of what you think, bro. Before we get to the betting odds,
Man, bro, Saquon has to stay healthy. Bro.
has to stay healthy.
Not only for the team's sake, for his sake.
Yes, for that money.
Yeah, because a lot's been surrounding him and his decision to come back and
Yes.
just play without fighting for what he feel like he's owed.
And I don't blame the organization.
I don't, bro.
On his side, I don't blame the
in
organization.
his aspect, I don't, because you are one of those running backs who are proving their point. Like, you can't stay healthy.
Yes, absolutely.
I want him to stay healthy, bro.
Got to stay healthy.
I do want them
He
to
has
lose.
to stay healthy for running back sakes.
I do want them to lose every time they play Dallas.
Every time.
I do want them to lose as many games as they possibly can.
As many as they can.
Because they're in my division. However, with
Alex,
that being
your
said,
team sucks.
can we go over their odds?
No, hit them with it.
All right, so for them to win that division, the odds will be plus 700.
Okay.
Total wins, they have them at 7.5.
Okay.
If you want to take the over on that, it's going to be 104. The under is going to be 118.
So they expecting the over.
So how many games did they win last year? They won 9 games. After looking at their schedule,
I feel like people were kind of surprised with them last year.
Yeah,
and
I
don't
was
feel
one
like-
of them.
I don't feel like they will have that same surprise attack. And then I also feel like they'll be a good cover for a lot of games. However, 7.5, strength of schedule 19. I might put them at 8.
I got them at 6.
6.
Yeah. I saw 6 for sure is on there for them.
I might put them at 8. I'm going to put them at 8.
But I'm not touching the over.
I'm not touching that anyway.
touching
But
that.
we'll roll over to the Washington Commanders. Doom, 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 doom.
That's not how I go.
Now, if Byron would have made it to this part of the episode last time, he would have been mad because I didn't have no information on the Washington Commanders.
Nor did we have anything nice to say.
Nothing nice to say. However, I do have the information this time. Last year in 2022, they were 8-8. Strength of schedule this year, 24. Key addition for me, Eric Bieniemy, the offense coordinator, being there. Keys to the success, the offense adapting to his coaching style and play up to the level that he is expecting them to play at. It's a wild show over there still.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera, I'm not sure if it's just old school mentality because he played with Mike Singletary on that Bears defense.
Yeah. 85 Bears.
I don't know if it's just the old school mentality and not knowing how to handle the social media age.
But he's never had that. He's never had that issue when he was in Carolina.
But guys, dog.
Goddamn,
come on, guys, dog, Gemini. Boss. I gotta put that video out, man.
He's not keeping no distractions away from that team.
No distractions, bro. Like it's like, man, can you just shut up sometimes?
Just imagine though, you the head coach. Man, coach running us too much. What? What? Coach? Man, these kids is
softer than Charmin.
What do you say? SOF capital T.
Man, that's why. And you said kids, bro. We are older than these guys.
Yeah,
that's so wild kids, sometimes. Bro. Like, but 2023 betting odds. What have we got? Don't touch the division winning.
Do not touch.
Do not touch it.
They have them at plus 1,300.
Okay,
which is great money if they win.
But it ain't happening.
All right. Total wins, they have them at 6.5.
Okay.
If you want to take the over on that, it's going to be plus 104.
Okay.
The under is going to be minus 128.
Okay.
And after looking at the schedule and like having time to think about it for a week, I think this is a biased opinion. I have them winning 4, maybe 5 games. Which isn't far from what Vegas is talking because they have them at 6.5.
I'm going to say 6.
Then that's giving them the benefit of the doubt.
That's giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I wasn't doing that for them.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what to expect from them.
I want to expect more because I see things turning like for the good for that organization.
And they
got a brand new head coach.
They need it.
They got Eric Bieniemy over there. He gonna whip them little kids into shape.
They got a brand new offense coordinator.
Yeah, well he's over there.
You said head coach, but
did I say head coach?
Yeah, you did.
I didn't mean that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say.
But I said over there.
But they do have a brand new. Front office, new owners.
Yeah.
So
new management, all that, bro.
Yeah. So I expect it to start changing around for the good too. So now that we're done reviewing that, who do you see winning the division?
We never. I'd see the Cowboys.
I'm taking the Cowboys, man. You already know. Yeah. Our division never repeats. It hasn't repeated a division champion in years.
But I do want to point out that. It's not going to be an easy win.
It's not going
to be easy for anybody this
Absolutely,
year.
It's not.
Because I feel like, yes, the Eagles went to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But talent-wise, we right here. You know, it's just they were able to capitalize on moments that we couldn't have. So we got to respect that, take it on the chin, get ready next season. However, with that being said, it's a new season now.
New season. It's a new season.
Line them up. Line them up.
Why that song came in my head. It's a new season. It's a new day. God. It's a fresh anointing.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so.
Oh, my God.
It popped in my head. I'm taking the Cowboys plus 175.
And it's good odds, too.
Great odds.
Now, something that can really happen.
Yeah, something that can definitely happen. So we're definitely going to roll over, just to finish this off, NFC West, which we also thought was going to be the second best division last year, maybe. Is that
we were
accurate?
right about one of these teams.
Yeah, we were absolutely right about one of these teams.
The Niners all
And we're
year.
going to start off with the 49ers. 2022, 13-4, strength of schedule number 5. So they gave them a cakewalk as a schedule, honestly. Key additions this year. I didn't really see anybody that was worth mentioning as a key addition just because I felt like their team was pretty stacked and they're already pretty complete right now, not being biased. Keys to success, really, hinges on Brock Purdy's health. You know what I mean? They have made him the starter. I don't feel, take that back. Sam Darnold can do the job in this offense. If he can't do the job in this offense, then he just needs to be out of the NFL. But their Achilles heel for years has been their quarterback health, specifically. Now, Deebo Samuel, to me, was a disappointment last year, but I also feel like that was a byproduct of having too many hands or mouths to feed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got Brendan Ayuk, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Christian McCaffrey,
All dogs
you
in their
got
own
George Kittle. Like,
All dogs.
like, man, that's a lot of people to feed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say really the key to success is really going to hinge off of Brock Purdy this year. And their betting odds we'll get into. What do you think? What's your thoughts? Before we get into the betting odds. Before we get into the betting odds, your thoughts?
My thing is that I think they lucked up with the
Okay.
schedule that they had last year, having the quarterback issues that they had.
Yes.
You said that their strength of schedule is the
5
fifth?
this year. So they got the 5th easiest
Fifth
schedule.
easiest, okay. Which is crazy because they play some crazy like pass rushes this year. Yeah. So I don't know about that because I don't have them winning 13 games this year. I definitely don't.
I mean, I don't see that, but they got them. Go through the odds. Go through the
All right,
odds.
thank you. 'Cause I was waiting
Go
on.
go through the odds.
So the odds for them to win their division is -165. Good pick. Total wins, I have them at 10.5. Excuse me. Am I reading the right one?
Yep,
Total
you're right.
wins, they got them at 10.5. The over on that is -162. The
Yep.
under on that is +132.
Yep. So 10.5.
I'm thinking the same thing as Vegas, man, because I have them at 10 wins after looking at the schedule.
So in that 11th is just going to be right over the edge, which is going to put them over at -162, which to me is not bettable unless you got money to throw.
Unless you got it to throw, just to make it worth your while.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can bet whatever you want,
You can bet whatever you want.
but to make it worth your while,
All the songs keep popping in my
you've been
head.
watching 106 in Park lately, bro.
Probably
on
been
YouTube.
watching MTV, bro. Really quick, going to the LA Rams, 2022, 5-12, strength of schedule 15. Key additions, I would just say honestly, their biggest addition would have been their guard/center Steve Avila from TCU. Honestly, they're building for the future. Like.
Yeah, they got
That's
no
it.
choice.
Like, that's it.
They went all in, but it was worth it.
They went all in, but it was worth it. We already said they was going into the dark ages, and they're here. They've been there since last year. Their keys to success is Cam Akers at this point. Like, why do you laugh, bro?
Because that's crazy.
That's crazy.
He's a dog, though. But,
Dog.
But that's what they working with now.
Cooper Kupp having
man.
injury issues. Matt Stafford having injury issues.
He's still banged up.
He's still banged up, and that guy may not really play this year.
Bro, he don't care.
I've already said this to my uncle Chuck, who is an avid listener, and thank you very much, Uncle Chuck, for being a part
That's
of
why
the
I
Dog
felt bad
Pound.
for laughing, because I love Uncle Chuck.
Love Uncle Chuck, man, but I've told Uncle Chuck they are playing for Caleb Williams.
And Matt Stafford know it.
That's why Matt Stafford said, you're not giving me a pay cut. You're going to pay me what you owe me. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to get this money, and I'm going to retire next year.
How much more time he got on his contract
This year.
anyway?
I think it's this year.
It in this year?
Yeah, I think it's this year, bro. Man, you're not finna give me no pay cut. What? I gave you a ring. You're not giving me no pay cut.
That's disrespectful, bro.
You're not giving
That's
me.
so disrespectful.
I gave you a ring. You're not giving me a pay cut. So go through they betting odds for us.
All right. For them to win their division, we got them at +1,000.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Jeezy, don't do it. Total
Don't do
wins,
it.
they got them at 6.5.
Okay,
The over on that is going to be +110.
Okay.
And the under is going to be -134.
for sure.
I'm not too far from what Vegas was thinking. I have them at 5 for sure wins.
Man, I got them fools at 3.
That's crazy. Because I feel it, though.
They might be pushing for 2. because they really want Caleb Williams in L.A. Why not keep him there? They might push for one. Who knows? They
gonna tank?
Bro. Stetson Bennett can definitely win them some games, but
maybe 5.
if I'm in the ownership box, I'm gonna be like, bro, if Stetson get close to winning these games, you better put in the third string quarterback.
Would you like to see Williams out in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's Hollywood, bro. He's perfect for that. He's already there. He's at USC. All he got to do is go down to Inglewood.
Which is crazy, bro. I don't want to see that.
That's crazy. So would you rather see him in Inglewood with LA, or would you rather see him in Arizona? Because Arizona fighting for first too.
I'd rather see him in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we ain't talking about college, bro. So give me one. Give me one option.
Bro, I want to see him have a successful career.
That's a cop-out, bro. That's a cop-out. But we'll go on to the Seahawks.
I want to see him go injury-free all year.
That's a cop-out. But we going on to the Seattle Seahawks. We talking about 2022, 9-8, strength of schedule 10. So they have a pretty easy schedule. To me, their key additions, Devon Witherspoon, who was a DB out of Illinois. So you're going to pair him over there with your guy from last year. And then you got Zach Charbonnet, which the Seahawks like to kind of go 1-2 punch at running back. However, their biggest thing is that their running backs tend to always get hurt. So that's a good handcuff for Kenneth Walker III.
Was it neck injury and shoulder injury last year?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a good handcuff for Kenneth Walker III. Keys to success for me, Geno Smith playing to the same level or better next year. So what would you say? What do you see?
I feel like Geno Smith got to keep it going, man.
He got to keep it going.
They rolled him off, but he ain't right back.
He ain't right back. I'm glad, man.
I was so happy for Geno, man.
I'm happy for that dude, man. So going to the betting odds.
For them to win their division, they got him at plus 200.
Okay.
Total wins, they have him at 8.5. If you like the over on that, it's going to be minus 142, and the under is going to be plus 116. And let me see. After looking at their schedule, man, I have them at 8 wins.
8 wins, exactly. So, of course, everything that you're saying 8 wins, it's going to be basically that bump over game because you've been having a lot of bump over games. So you like the over technically because you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to go to bump over.
Yeah, because I'm hoping that he's going to be better than what we were expecting.
Absolutely.
Like last year.
Absolutely. So I think they go 9. I think they go 10 wins, bro. Yeah. They definitely can go over that 8.5, but I'm not touching that. I don't ever touch that particular bet there. Rolling over to the last place, playing for first in the draft. Arizona Cardinals 2022 record was 4-13, strength of schedule 22. Key additions, trading the Texans for the first round pick of 2024 is their key addition. Because I feel like they are playing for Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
They don't want to say it. Kyler Murray's been hurt. They've been, Kyler Murray's been in their doghouse a little bit for the last couple of 2 years, maybe 2-3 years.
He don't know how to read his playbook.
Because he playing video games, what they say. So they're going to look to, and which they are going to get a good deal for if they ship him out. So you already know they're going to get a good deal for Kyler. You already got, if you end the season number 1 with the number 1 draft pick, you get Caleb Williams. If the Texans do terrible and they're low, you have a chance to get Marvin Harrison Jr. with him.
Yeah.
That is wild.
That'd be wild.
And then whatever you get for Kyler Murray. So their key addition
how
was
much more
that
time he
Texans
got left on his contract, do you know?
Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
He just re-signed, remember? Like 2 years ago.
Was it
It was like 5
3
years.
or 4 year contract?
5 years.
5?
Yeah, he got time. So they're going to get something for him. But their keys to success.
They silly for that.
Their keys to success. I wrote that they're really not looking for success. So they.
I was trying to figure out how you was going to word that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if they were looking for success this
Roll
year.
the tanks out.
Roll them.
That's crazy.
Roll them. Bring them out.
That's
because they going for Caleb Williams. Yeah. So I don't see nothing coming from that. Outside of that is that division. Who do you have winning that division?
Oh, we're not gonna throw them odds out there.
No need.
I just want to point out that it's
their total wins. Give the total win count.
3.
Vegas have them at 4.5 wins.
I have them at 3.
The over on the 4.5 is -102. The under is -120.
There's no value there.
You don't even need to know the plus 2,700 to win the division because don't even take it. I just gave it to you.
Plus 2,700 is just crazy.
It's nuts. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
What if it do?
It's not going to happen.
Somebody's going to be wild enough to bet that.
And lose their money. They should have just went to McDonald's and got a 6-piece.
Got me a 6-piece.
Got me a 6-piece too.
But it's not cheat day. I can't have that.
Man.
I don't eat that mess no more anyway.
Yeah, man. I do. The breakfast.
I do eat their breakfast.
The breakfast. But outside of that, that is the 4 divisions that we're going to discuss for the week. We did have to go.
I got the Niners winning that division.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. I guess it wasn't need. It didn't need to be said.
What's understood don't need to be explained, my boy.
Niners. I also have the Niners winning that division. So outside of that, that's it on the NFL review this week. Betting wise, we are in week 0 of college football. So I started working on a write up here, and I was kind of iffy on if I wanted to really place a straight bet or not. I normally do straight bets. Now, what I will say, if I am taking a straight bet, the one game that I really do love, and it will be a dog pick, I guess you'll say.
Yeah.
I really love this Ohio versus San Diego State game. So as of right now, it's -125 for San Diego State. It did open up. I want to say it opened up at like -4.5 for San Diego State. So it's been bet down. I really like Ohio State. Ohio. They have their quarterback coming back from ACL injury. He's looking really good, throwing the ball at least in spring, but now they're saying that he's fully healthy. They have their top weapons in the wide receiver coming back, their leading rusher with 1,000 yards coming back. San Diego State is breaking in a new offensive coordinator. If you guys would like a write-up, I can just put it out there on like a quick shot because I basically have it done.
To get started a little early.
Yeah, just to throw it on like maybe Instagram or something like that. Yeah. But
you know what? That's a good idea. That way that they can see what these write-ups are going to look like. Okay, so this is what you're paying for. And follow the game. See if it's useful to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's been useful to me.
Okay. So I will say, for me, this game, it's going to be a close game. San Diego State breaking in. They do have a really good dual threat quarterback. However, they're breaking in a new offensive coordinator. He's never been in that role before. He is their school's leading passer, however, in school history. But he's never been a coordinator before. So he's breaking in, as a coordinator. And Ohio last year, 10-4, did great. I'm going to say I like Ohio for the +2.5 for sure. That +2.5 on the spread, to me, I loved it at the 3.5, at the 4.5, but I still love it at the 2.5, and I absolutely love it at the money for +110. But safe bet 2.5, but I do love that +110 for the money line. Now, just to kind of give y'all a little taste of the 3 teams for the teasers. So when we start putting it on Patreon, and you'll have access to Patreon and Discord for that, we have a teaser challenge that we're doing, trying to turn $25 into 6 G's by week 13. So with that being said, if I'm placing my $25 this week on week 0, and I'm teasing down or teasing up 10 points, and I'm using FanDuel for that through my guy, through my boy Ronald.
Real quick, we don't get the same odds on William Hill now?
On William Hill.
Let's look at it when we're done here today.
As far as the spread?
Yeah, like doing that same teaser on William Hill now.
They normally do the 10 point. They do give 10 points on that big teaser. However, I don't think they putting out a big teaser card this week just because it's week 0.
It's only 7 games.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
Unless they add it to week 1, so we'll have to look at it. But if they do have it on William Hill for the big teaser, which they might mesh week 0 into week 1, which would be great. That'd be cool because that's 10 points. Now, with that 10 points, I like Notre Dame, crash them down 10 points.
Boom.
I absolutely like Notre Dame in Ireland to do their thing.
I like them to cover the 21.
Yeah, man, Notre Dame finna go stupid McNoopit, as Marvin would say.
Stupid McNoopit.
Again, my team to this week, Ohio, I do like them at the plus 2.5. So you add 10 points to that, you get plus 12.5 on that. So give me that. And then the last team that I would say I was on the fence to do, I want to take New Mexico State or UMass. I do like New Mexico State. However, I really love Vanderbilt at home versus Hawaii at minus 7.5 if you crash that down by 10. So I definitely like them at 7.5. Vanderbilt, the better team with a little more experience coming back. So my 3-team teaser for week 0 for the 10-point dog money teaser challenge would be Notre Dame, Ohio, and Vanderbilt. Outside of that, be looking forward to the Patreon/Discord that's going to launch September 1st. We're going to have a lot of great information there for you. Marv, you got anything?
Man, you know what? I'm looking at this week 0 schedule.
Okay.
I actually think I am going to take some action, bro.
Okay.
I heard about a trend, and then I kind of want to pay attention to it because I never did my research. But it makes sense, and I've heard this before. But I've never paid attention to it.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea, whatever the spread is, to fade Hawaii on the road.
Yeah, and that's why I said, too, Vanderbilt. So Hawaii has I usually put that in usually Hawaii is always a week 0 play.
And not saying that they always going to lose on the road,
no,
just whatever the point is.
Yes.
Fade it.
I normally always take Hawaii games because they're always week 0. Remember a few years ago when they played Arizona, they were in Hawaii that year, and I had a write-up that was complete for them. They were actually dogs at home by 10 points. On that particular write-up, I did note that they were going to cover the points and possibly win the game, which they did. But when they're away, they got to travel a lot further.
Yeah, it's not an easy travel for them.
Honestly, Hawaii, they're already, with everything's going on in Hawaii.
Throw that out there.
Yeah, no, I mean, but that all plays a point.
It plays a part.
That all plays a part when you're talking about betting. So their minds might not all be on the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then their practice habits may have been disrupted. So you have to take everything into consideration when you're talking about betting. So give me Vanderbilt. That is also, and it's an SEC team. You're going to go play an SEC team in their stadium, which is about to be booming because
and I want those 17.5 points.
Man.
Buy it down to 17, pay a little bit more.
You feel me?
Bingo.
Anything else for you?
Like we say every week. Like,
subscribe,
comment, tell a friend, tell 10, tell 20.
Tell 20 we getting this dog money.
And it's week 0.
If you smell that grass, I smell the grass this week, boy.
Week 0.
Hey, that humidity outside tastes good, smells good.
Oh, you can
taste it.
Blame the hurricane for that.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it that
It wasn't
much.
a hurricane no more. They said it was down to a tropical storm.
It was a tsunami or a monsoon.
Great episode, brother.
Thanks for tuning in, man. We see y'all next week.
Love y'all. Stay blessed.
If you smell that grass.